1 Kings 17:7. Vayehi miketz yamim vayishav hanachal ki lo haya geshem ba'aretz. And it was from the end of days. So end of days here is relative to this circumstance, not absolute. And it was from the end of days, the wadi was drying up. For, and then there's a negative, there was not rain upon the land. The first half of the verse up to the Etnachta tells us the effect and then the cause. And so ki here is used in the sense of explaining the reason that the wadi had dried up. The verb vayivash, this comes from yod, beit, shin. And here we have a kal, vav consecutive imperfect 3ms. This is a little unexpected in some ways because a lot of times with the pei yod verb, that is when the first root letter is yod, the prefix pronoun will displace the yod and leave behind a tsere under the prefix pronoun. In the case of some pei yod verbs, they're true pei yod verbs, and so the yod stays. But yavash, sometimes the yod stays, sometimes the yod disappears. So it doesn't really trip us up in this case. We can tell what's going on. And the wadi was dried up. We'll take a brief look at ba'aretz in steps. So first we have the word eretz, land, and it's a segalit word, 2 segols, and the accents on the first root letter. And then we have the land, so in this case we still have eretz, but the noon, the dagesh cannot assimilate into the aleph. Therefore, we have a lengthening from a ptak to a kamatz. And also because of the nature of it, in this case, we have a kamatz appear under the aleph. So then we would have ha'aretz. Then, of course, when we have the prefix pronoun, the preposition put on the front, that just displaces the he, and so then everything else winds up looking the same as what it was before, because the bait here, the ba, in the land, just displaces the he out of the way, because he is one of the weak letters. It's one of the Jonah letters. That is the letters that make up the ancient prophet's name, Jonah. They're often vulnerable to being displaced or to assimilating or the like. And one other such example here is we have the preposition mean attached to the word and the noon does what noons do. It assimilates into the kov. Miketz, from the end of the days. So the prophet's been in hiding, enjoying food delivered to him twice a day from the ravens, drinking from the wadi, the water that ran in the wadi. But now that comes to an end.